All right, what's up, everybody? So we've got our 1924 Gibson mandolin, all restored. Still curing up a little bit, which is why I don't have the strings or the bridge on it. I had clamped that nut on with a spring clamp, and I put a rag on the back so that the spring clamp didn't leave a mark. And when I took the spring clamp off, the rag stuck to the lacquer. Even though it's been 3 weeks, left a little bit of a rag mark back here that I have to buff out of it, but no big deal. It's been hanging for another week since then. I figured since I'm going to leave it hanging around for so long, I should probably make a case for it. The old case, believe it or not, has survived. I'll show it to you. Let me hang this guy up so that we don't ding it up. But the old case is just like made out of fabric and cardboard. Here it is. It's pretty ratty looking, and I think it opened this way and the mandolin kind of slid out like a sword, I guess, but it slid out by the body. Doesn't seem like a great design, although, oh, wait a minute. Oh, see that? That's like a leather hinge there, so, well, no, because but that's still connected there, so it's not like it hinged out that way, even though that's what that looks like. I don't really know. I kind of thought it went this way, but who knows? It's 100 years old, and it looks terrible, and we could try to revive it even though it's 100 years old, but it's still just made out of like cardboard. Something really, really delicate in there. So we want to make something a little more protective, right? We spend a lot of time making the mandolin look great. We want to keep it that way. So what I've done is I've taken 2 pieces of styrofoam and just kind of hacked them out. They're not beautiful cuts, as you can see, but they don't have to be because it's compressible. So the wood should compress any of the imperfections out of it. I've got a little strip of plywood here taped on, and here, and these are where this piece comes around and ends, and then these 2 are where this piece comes around, and they end there. So I'll have a straight piece here, a straight piece here, and then a bent piece and a bent piece. I could try to do it all in one big giant bend, but for how tight that radius is, I'm not even sure I'm going to get around this one. So better to, if I can get around this one, which I don't expect to have any problems with, then I'll just come straight up and it'll just have a square end on the top of it. But it'll certainly look a lot cooler if I can have another bent piece there. So that's what we're going to do. We've got some blocks of wood here because when I clamp them on there, the wood is going to want to cup. So you want to have something flat to keep the wood flat, keep it from cupping. And then after I get this one in place, in order for me to work on it, I have to take the clamp off. So I'll get it clamped to that shape, and then I'll tape it on there so it stays on there. The wood will stay pliable enough that by the time I get this one done, it should still be springy enough that I can take a straight piece and clamp it here, and another straight piece and clamp it here, so that these 2 line up with these 2. I cut some wedges just in case. I have trouble with the clamp trying to slide. I've got 2 clamps ready to go. I've got the wood in a big metal pan boiling away. It's been boiling for about half an hour now. I took one of them out 20 minutes ago and I got it all the way to here. And I just didn't feel like, I felt like I was pushing it by trying to get that last couple inches out of it. So it doesn't hurt it at all to put it back in the pan. I have them submerged in the water, so I got a couple sticks underneath of the strip, and then I got a C-clamp laying on top of it to hold that piece of wood that's going to curve submerged in the water. If you put it in the water and you let it float to the top, it curls up really bad and you have to flip it, and then it curls up again the other way, and then you have to flip it and flip it. If you keep them submerged, they stay relatively flat. So, we should be ready to go. Let's get one out of the pan and let's try to get it bent. That is a hot C-clamp. Okay, this bad boy is hot. Looks done to me. Let's see. I've got my center line marked on that piece of wood so that I can try to keep it lined up with the center line there so that I don't have one, so it's not like this or like this. It should be close enough. Let's see if we can get them to bend. Getting tight right here again. But I honestly don't think I'm going to get any more out of it. Okay. It's a case, right? It's not an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar. It's nothing that critical. The bend is not that pretty, but it's not going to show. All right. So it looks like it's going to do the bend. Let's try to get it clamped in there and see what happens. Somehow we're going to try to somehow we got to try to get everything all, and I only got 2 hands here. Okay, let's try it like that guy there. That one around. Okay. Now, with my other hand, my third hand, almost. Close. Nope, not quite. Center. Okay, that's pretty close. We definitely are going to need some flat blocks in there. Let me try to get one of them in there. Oops. Okay, that's in the way. How about we try it this way? Okay, better. Where'd my other block go? I seem to have misplaced it here. Well, here it is. Okay, looks like we got it. Now I can see that the wood is like leaning that way. I could add a clamp to the bottom, or I can try to center that. That seems much better. Wow. Okay, it's got a little bit of a lean outward here. I could put another clamp on it. I've also got a big gap up there. There we go. So let's try to slide this guy up a little bit. Oh, much better. This one's got to come up a hair. Now it's got to come in. Okay. All right, now I don't think tape is going to hold that. It's got a lot of tension on it there. And I'm not crazy about that corner. No, it's okay. After I get the other one, I'm going to have to put a clamp here to try to pull that. It's got kind of a point right there, but if I push it, I think we're going to be okay. I think we can manipulate it into its shape from where it is right here. It's going to need a clamp here, and it's going to need another clamp there. But now I got to wrestle with this while the other clamp is in the way there. So this ought to be a lot of fun. Let's get this guy ready. Probably like that. Probably. All right, let's get the other one. Hopefully it's going to do that bend. We shall see. Okay. There she is. Hopefully I don't steam up the camera lens. That would suck. But remember, the project is more important than the video. Who cares about the video? And wow, that just, I can't believe how that just went into shape. That was pretty amazing. Okay, now gotta hold it and hold it and hold it and hold it. I need 4 hands to do this. Now I can see that I'm definitely off center. There we go. That's closer. Let's try that. Okay, I like it. I think we're gonna go for it. Gotta wrestle. Get this big boy on here. All right, that's just a rough. Let's get another clamp. And we're going to have to pull this way. Okay, I like it. Now see where my lines are. So I'm a little off, but I can always trim that back. I'm not worried about that. All right, it's actually not terrible at all, and it doesn't look like I'm going to need the wedges. So let's use them like that as flatteners. This one looks good, but this one looks like I need more pressure on the bottom. So I'm going to move that clamp down. More towards the bottom. Don't lose that one. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh man, that pulled it right in. Wow. Okay. It looks like my alignment looks like this one is sticking out. Try to get it on the camera. A little further than this one. So I've got it like this one comes out. Let's see, can we get it? Okay, so here's the end of it. Let me see if I can maybe turn the camera. There we go. Okay. So this one, let's get a straight edge. Yeah, so here's where it should be, but here's where it is. Now that is such a tiny, tiny little bit that if this dries exactly in that shape, it will have enough spring in it that I don't even have to worry about. I don't have to worry about putting these flats on here. I don't think they're going to be necessary. But I am going to put more clamps. Let's see, are we down? Yes, we're down. Okay, so the other thing I got to really look at and make sure we're good on is that I am flush to the bottom of the styrofoam so that this is not running downhill or uphill, and it looks like I'm running downhill. Oh, yeah, but that was okay. That was nothing. So no major adjustments there. I do think that I'm definitely going to put more clamps on here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it on camera because I think it's going to be too much. I definitely want to get one. Oh, my clamp is just long enough too. Maybe. Okay, my clamp doesn't reach. Okay, that means I'm going to have to put a clamp on a clamp. All right, that's going to be too much for the camera, so I think we're just going to come back after this is all dried out. And we'll see. I think it's good, man. Let's see. It's beautiful. I think we're going to leave it. I'm going to try and pull some of these little, spots out of it that aren't as round as I would prefer with clamp on clamp. But for now, for this video, I think that's going to be good enough because it's going to be a clamp nightmare, and I'm going to be stabbing myself and the camera and dropping stuff. The project is more important than the video, but that's roughly where I need to be. So let's call this video done. We'll come back. We'll put the two sides on it. I'll cut the top and bottom. The top and bottom, they're going to have a lip, so they're going to stick out a little bit further than this edge, and then I'll put some kerf lining in there, just like the inside of an electric guitar, and then we'll line it with dog hair or fuzz off the rug. I don't know. We'll find something to line it with, but hope you guys, I can't believe how easy that was. I can't believe how that bent around like that. So I had tried this after boiling the wood for 20 minutes, was not enough. I left it in for another 10. It's 110 degrees outside. I really didn't like running my stove for that long because now it's hot as hell in here, but it was worth it. Check it out. Okay, so we'll come back after we put some more pieces on this guy. Peace.